like not the pressure of, here's all this great information about Plexus, now buy it. Then they could just go look at the jewelry and then come and ask questions. But it was really good. And I've signed one new customer since then. And then I've checked in with 4 more and they're still thinking about it. But I'm just going to keep after them. And I'm pretty sure they will eventually sign on, but they're pretty into research. And so they want to research the stuff and take their time. But it was really fun. It was kind of a nice way to do it.
That's awesome. Do you have any tips for anybody that are wanting to do like a launch event? Like, did you market this as well, like as a public way, or did you, try to promote this to a lot of different people, or did you kind of let them come to you?
This time I work in the education system, so I work with a whole bunch of women. And so I sent an email out to the people that I work with and left my business cards and left like a little thing in the lounge that said about it. And then people just decided to come. And then it was kind of nice because my friends that were doing the jewelry party, we have the same friends. And so people that they didn't expect to be coming were coming, and so they got more information about it that way too. But I started with just the people I work with at this point.
That's great. And I think there's something to be said with, I guess when you started, how if you want to do it in your tight network just to kind of give you practice and have it more of an intimate level, or making it public and inviting everybody under the sun to it. But Ruth and Kay said it went awesome. And I think that that's great when you can team up with another network marketer. I know Alex and on our team did that also. And I think that's great because I think that whoever is drawn by interest for that specific person might not know anything about Plexus, and it kind of draws them to you to let them hear your story.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah. And I've even, I was not so much sure about this marketing piece, but I've had 2 other people ask me this week as well, just from seeing posts. So I think it's working.
Good. That's awesome. And I guess we'll go ahead and get started. And that's, we really want to talk about a little bit. I guess we'll start it with what we've been talking about, the intentional Franks list. We've done 20, 20, 20. So the products, the opportunity, who really could benefit from this opportunity, who really needs this in their life. And then the last 3 of that 63 kind of coming all together is really as simple as 3 people that you have influence over. So, we can be influential in many different ways in our life, but when it comes to, 3 people that you can think of that you could pick up the phone and say, you're doing this, like give me your credit card. I am signing you up right now. We're doing this together. Trust me. I would not steer you wrong. I would not be getting into something that I didn't believe in. I really think that this could be for you also. So if you think about 3 people in your life that you have complete influence for, people that look up to you in many different ways for many different things, and you guide them in that direction and don't want to do this another day without. And that's kind of what these 3 people are. So I think that finding the list of 20 people that need our products, or finding the list of 20 people that could utilize this opportunity, these 3 people could fall in either one of these buckets. But these 3 people are also ones that you want to be sitting on the beaches in Hawaii with, and people that you want to see being able to have that financial freedom and driving that Plexus Lexus, and people that you want to see have freedom of their time or freedom from their health symptoms. So these are 3 people, if you can think of, that you have complete 100% influence over, that are going to follow you just because you're you, and they're going to go with you no matter what it is that you're doing. And Ruth, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think that, everybody can think of mom, sister, sister-in-law, brother, uncle, just people that you're really, really close to, that, like Nicole was saying, you could pick up the phone and be like, give me your credit card. Like, we're doing this together. You're just gonna have to trust me. I found something amazing. It's, an incredible ground floor business opportunity, and we've got to do it together. So that's the final piece of this, this challenge that we've been doing. And, I think that it's something that everybody can do, and it's very simple to get to silver that way.
And I think that, kind of tagging on to what Ruth said, I think for this one, it's not really for us to provide you a script or a message, because this is just something like deep in your core of who you're going to reach out to. It's not something that can be scripted, because it's going to be coming from your heart, like coming right from you. And who, you may already think about these 3 people in your head, and you may already be thinking about exactly what you're going to say. Or it might just, when you're leaving them that message or talking to them on the phone, it might just come out in a way that you didn't realize. But those 3 people that you feel like, and it could be even more than 3, that you feel like you have complete influence over, and they are going to trust you no matter what, and they're just going to do this with you because you're telling them to.
Awesome.
So that kind of wraps up that portion. And I know we are always limited on time but we wanted to talk tonight about customer focus. Carly has been so generous with when we first started this journey together some years back, she developed and created a Facebook group called Plexus Journey to Health. And that Facebook group was for our existing customers on our team, the Pink Power team, the big team, putting our customers there and keeping them engaged. We're going to kind of readjust the focus, and we have created a new customer group. This group was just created. The only people in there right now are Ruth and I, and so we are going to add all of you into this customer group, and we're going to give you the homework to go through and add every one of your customers into this new group, because we're going to make this strategic. The new group is called Live Your Best Life - the Plexus Way. And we'll add you all to this group. But if you go into your back office in order to pull all of your customers report, and I'm even talking about customers that haven't ordered in a couple of months, add them. Customers that were recent customers and they might have fallen off, add them. I mean, the worst case scenario, they're going to exit the group on their own, or they're going to unfollow the notifications. But it's really important, I think, to keep them engaged and to add them. So we will add all of you. You add them. Ruth and I have mapped out the month of March, and kind of in a more strategic way, in a way to think about bringing this all together. The product of the month that we've been focusing on, last month it was Mega X. This month it's Slim. Rather than having things all over the place, because I know how easily I can get distracted and I'm like, oh, everything is all over the place. We're going to focus the customer group, kind of tying it into our team page. So the customer focus for the month of March is going to be about Slim. So we're going to touch on the ingredients of Slim. We're going to touch on important health articles about the ingredients of Slim, testimonials of Slim, our personal health testimonials, things that people are drawn to because this is our core product. So this is kind of where the focus is going to be for the month in this new customer group. At the end of each month, starting this month in March, we're going to have an opportunity. We're going to call it a customer Zoom, to where their customers can call in. It's going to be at the end of every month, and we're going to be on, and the customers can call in with any questions, or if they just want to chat. And it's going to be a really great way to engage. So we're going to have a Wellness Wednesday, maybe going live every once in a while. It's not to overwhelm the customers, but it's to keep them engaged and to keep enough posts coming. And I think, Ruth, am I right when we're thinking about maybe 3 per week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We were shooting to have a Wellness Wednesday. Does not have to be live. You and I were talking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that doing some of this at the beginning of each month and just loading up Hootsuite or Buffer and having these things just post automatically is probably the way to go. And that way it's already done. But we're really going to be focusing on, like, for this month, what does chromium do? Why are we, we're deficient in it? What does it do for our bodies? Garcinia cambogia, I'm forgetting what the other one is. Anyway, ingredients. We're going to be talking about, the importance of blood sugar stabilization, even if you're not pre-diabetic or diabetic, the benefits that this product does. And I think and I'm trying to think of another word because I hate the word penetrate, but I think if we're really driving home one product and the benefits and the research behind the ingredients for a whole month, that we may see some traction with it. That just hitting these people with posts that are about one product over the course of time will encourage them, and give them the information they need in order to move forward and order that product. And so taking one product per month, I think, is a very smart thing. We're doing it on our team as well. It's something that we're having trickle down to our teams and our current ambassadors as well, encouraging them to order the product of the month. There's an incentive, a drawing in order to kind of give them that incentive to want to order that and be entered into that and try something new. And then I think we're going to go into really focusing on Slim in that way with our current teams in order to help the issue with the PV. So I think it's a really smart, very laser focused way for our team to really be consistent and engage both on our customer side and our ambassador side to keep that going and keep all of us focused, because I feel like we all are everywhere all the time. And so I think it's just putting structure around this stuff is really key for us to all, again, move in the same direction at the same time and get that momentum.
Yep. So that, and tagging on to what she said, by tomorrow, you will all see in your notifications, again, it's called Live Your Best Life, the Plexus Way. So if you have some time to go to your back office, go under reports and go under customer report, pull that customer report, and every person in there, add them to this group. And you don't necessarily have to ask them if it's okay to add them to the group. If you're comfortable with, you can tell them that you've added them to this group after you've added them. But to wait for approval and all of those things, takes a lot of time, and we want to start getting them engaged as soon as possible. And again, it's up to them if they want to stay in it or if they want to hide notifications, but at least you're giving them the option. You're adding them to it, and then they can take it with, for what they will. So that's kind of our new customer focus.
Can I interject one?
Yeah.
Thing? The thing is, you're not spamming, because these are people that have already purchased from you, that already have obviously shown interest, that have used the products. So it's like, you adding them to, like I do a newsletter every month, and every single person that's ever ordered from me or been a part of my team is on that list of being mailed to. So it's not like you're just spamming, 2,000 friends on Facebook. This is something that makes sense. And again, Nicole said, if they don't want to be in the group, they can take themselves out. But I just want you guys to, because I think it's kind of a sensitive topic. People are saying, people are adding me to groups that I didn't authorize and blah, blah, blah. Well, they've already been a part of Plexus. So this is just a part of them having been a past, current, or, past or current customer. So.
And going off of, this customer focus, I think it's really important. Sometimes it's really, once we get wrapped up, if you start becoming a runner and you're really interested in this business, sometimes you can become wrapped up into focusing a lot on your business and kind of forgetting to focus on where it's important with your customer base as well, because these people they trusted you, they need your guidance, they need you to handhold them throughout their journey, to keep checking in and make sure they're okay. So a couple of ideas maybe for this month to talk about, like coddling your customers or, focusing in on them. Ruth had done this last year, and I thought it was a great idea, and I would really like to. I know I've talked to Amanda about this as well, but for the month of March, she had sent them, and Ruth, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but sent them a lottery ticket with a thank you card, and basically saying, like, feel very lucky to have you on this journey with me, or feeling very lucky to have you on this team. So it's a very small investment, to send to them, just to kind of remind them, like, hey, I am so happy that you're here, and so happy that you've trusted me in this journey. Another, if you want to do a small investment, another option or something of interest would be, just a thank you card alone is great. Or if you want to buy a package of P96 and send them a small packet of P96 with a recipe for I think there's like a shamrock shake recipe out for the month of March. You could send them that little recipe printed out on a card with the P96 in, and just send that out. So there's a lot of different ideas that you can do for your customers. That's a very small, minimal investment. Or challenge yourself to pick up the phone and call each one of them and just check in and say, hey, how are you doing? Because I know it's very easy to get caught up in the internet side of things, email, messaging. So just a personal touch of a phone call would be really good. But just to kind of focus in and make sure, because these customers might just be waiting for that next step and might be like, oh, hey, I'm loving the products. How can I get these cheaper? So you might just have that misconnection of not knowing what they need at that time, and that reach out could be the perfect time to help them either upgrade or add more products to their regimen. So just that constant communication, but in a little bit of a different way, in a more of a thankful way, to focus on this month would be a good challenge for you. You have anything on that, Ruth?
Nope. I mean, I got a great response last year when I did the lottery tickets. I went in and I just bought, I think I had 40 that I purchased this last year, and they were the dollar ones that were shamrocks or, St. Patrick's Day themed. And then I went and got a box of just little blank cards that were like green iridescent, and they had, like a shamrock on them or something. I can't remember. So it was definitely a St. Patrick's Day theme. So, and I really did put, like, I feel so lucky that you trusted me enough to try Plexus. I hope that you're doing great. Please let me know how I can help. And I just got a really great response. People really were reaching out and like, oh my gosh, I got your lottery ticket. I didn't win. Or, somebody was like, I got a free ticket, or I got, I won $1. That was such a cool thing. It was just a way to like re-engage with them, and just even people that I hadn't talked to or that hadn't ordered from me in several months. It was just a really fun way to just get back in touch with them and let them know that I hadn't forgotten about them, or I wasn't upset that they left, that I always, and the ones that hadn't been with me for a while, I would say, whenever you're ready to get going again, I'm here for you. And it was great. I loved it. I thought it was I think I spent maybe $50 with the postage and everything too. So it was real cute, and I enjoyed doing it, and I thought it was a lot of fun. So if you're going to do that for St. Patrick's Day, you just might want to look at the calendar and see when that is and make sure that those get there in time. So it's a timely thing, but it was a lot of fun. So
that's perfect. And kind of going off of that, in addition to the customers, corporate is kind of coming through with a promotion about Edge. And I don't know if you saw it on the big team page today, what I posted, but it also should have come through your email. So basically what they have done is customers that have, I want to make sure that I'm telling you this right, customers that have never ordered Edge specifically, they're focusing on this product, and may have ordered within the last 3 to 6 months, they have gone on our behalf through our customer report and sent an email about Edge offering a discount to these customers. And if you check your email, they'll list your specific customers specialized for you in this email. But they've reached out to them. They've let them know what Edge is, what it's about. They've offered this 10% discount. And then they've also provided us words and verbiage to send as a follow-up to this email from what corporate is. So it's a great strategic marketing tool that they're doing to help engage and introduce new products to our customers. So it's a really good focus. I think that it's something that's been missing. I'm so glad that they're doing this now. I think it's great. I think it takes a lot off of our shoulders to try to keep track of who's ordered what and to, help them and introduce new products. So check your email if you haven't seen that. If you have any questions, it's on the big team page, and I'll tag it again so that it shows up at the top so that you can see it. But they're focusing on Edge this month. So, you could make your posts on social media kind of lined up to that. Make a post on Edge. If you have the Edge bottle, take a selfie with the Edge bottle and put something that you're thankful for that it's given to you. So those people that have been emailed this information will see that post and they're like, okay, kind of ties it in and brings it all together. So that's just another little promotion that's going on right now for those customers that have not yet tried Edge. And then kind of to bring it all together, we wanted to also focus on, for the month of March, there are so many people on our team and this is kind of where it goes with really learning and making it in your best interest on how to qualify a person as a customer or how to qualify a person as an ambassador. And when I mean qualify, I mean if you have someone who wants to try one product and really just kind of dabble in it and give it a try, they're going to be best for you as a customer because they're going to be, they're going to have that 6-day money back guarantee, which they do as an ambassador, but they might feel more comfortable ordering as a customer. You're going to get that customer preferred bonus. And then you're also going to have a way to help guide them. And when they're ready, maybe to make that full jump into a full regimen, you're going to have that way to guide them into help flipping them into a wholesale ambassador. Whereas if you have someone who's like, I'm ready, I want to do the triplex, I think that I want to give this a go, I want to give it all I've got. If they're committed and you really feel like you can get a good commitment of 3 to 6 months from them on a full regimen, absolutely sign them up as a wholesale ambassador. So what we're finding on our team, and I don't know if it's more of people starting out in a big regimen and then kind of lowering themselves or starting out on one product, we have at least 35 people that are falling within 20 to 98 PV. So what does that mean? That means that these people are, they're not commission qualified because they're not at $100. So it's not benefiting them significantly. And we're not, as ambassadors, because they're in our downline, we're not receiving pay points for them. So they're not really counting in our team, in our downline, if they're not at 100 PV. So it's kind of a catch-22. You know, you see this and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so many points for 35 people. How do we incentivize these people? How do we have them fall in love with more products and want to try a regimen and not, feel like they're being forced to try it, because that's uncomfortable and awkward. We don't want to force them to try something. We want to let them know how awesome these products are and they want to be on these things. So I think that's kind of where Slim, focusing on the product of the month, a lot of the people that fall within those 35 people of under 100 PV are either taking only ProBio 5 or only BioCleanse. So what's our job? We want to make them know how amazing the triplex combo is and how much more beneficial they could feel all of the great benefits with adding, if they're only on ProBio 5, we want to help them add Slim and BioCleanse onto that to have them boost up over 100 PV and to boost up to this regimen. So Ruth and I have sat down and talked. We are going to provide each one of you a list of if any of those people fall under you in your downline, we're going to provide you that list of individuals for you just to make it easy. And in addition, we're going to provide you a sample message that you could send those specific people that fall in your downline under 100 PV, that you could send them to help, push them out of their comfort zone or to help them want to try another product or add to the regimen to get them over that 100 PV mark. We're still working on what that message looks like because we want to make it, authentic and unique, and we just want to be careful. Yep, you go.
Sorry. I just wanted to say, I think a big piece of where we were coming from with that was how important each of those products is in getting that well-rounded overall health and that gut health in place. And I think a lot of people, when they hear gut health, they think a probiotic. And if you really explain to them the importance of the probiotic and what it's doing, and then eliminating what it's done, then it makes sense to have BioCleanse. So a lot of people understand that those are kind of wonder twin powers. When they're together, they activate and they're amazing, and you should not take one without the other. What they're probably missing is the importance of Slim. In gut health, the importance of getting that inflammation down at the cellular level, and of getting your blood sugar stabilized is paramount to that gut health. And so I think people are just not understanding, and what our job is, really 95% of our job is education. So I think it's really important for us to outline the triplex combo and what role each of those products plays in gut health and in turn overall health. Does that make sense? That's where we're coming from in this. It's not just a greedy, we want you up over 100 PV so we can get our points. I don't think you understand how important it is to have Slim, ProBio, and BioCleanse, all three. So that's kind of where we're coming from.
We have some great stories and testimonials. I know, firsthand, that's one of the things Carly's mom had always said. She was on, I think it was ProBio 5, and Carly, you might be muted, so you can tell me if I'm wrong, but once she added BioCleanse is when all the magic started happening. All the difference in the world started happening for her. So, you know, I think that some people that might be skeptical or might be financially strapped or thinking that they just want to give one product a shot, they might be then, you know, just with their blinders on, stuck on that one product. And kind of what Ruth was saying, it's definitely our job to educate them on, this is why you want to add this. And for every product that they've never tried, they have that 60-day money-back guarantee. So it's a win-win. You know, for somebody that's only been taking ProBio 5, if they want to try Slim, they have that 60-day money-back guarantee once they order Slim, specifically on that product. And I think that's really important to know, because I definitely forget that and lose sight of that, because you think automatically, oh, well, it's just 60 days from the first time I ordered. Well, no, it's 60 days from each product that you order that you've never tried. So that's really important also. So we're going to be working on, and hopefully we'll get this to you tomorrow with your list so that you can just kind of run with it. But we're going to be working on really kind of capturing what it is that you want to help them with. Now, if they're only taking the multivitamin X Factor, that might be a different conversation. Or if they're only taking Slim, that might be a different conversation. So we'll kind of sculpt the list together and to see where people fall into place and to help you reach out to them to try to motivate them and educate them on why they would want to give a full regimen a try rather than just one specific product.
And just as a side note to that, like, I think that this kind of goes back to the importance of having that initial conversation and what their health goals are and taking notes. I have been doing, and Kay found this amazing contact sheet on Power Tools, and she's printed out several. I made like 15 copies today, and so every single person that I'm reaching out to, that I'm having a conversation with, even if I haven't, I'm putting their name on a list. I'm writing down when I've reached out to them. It's just logging for each person, like making their own little file. And then when I do have a conversation with them, I'm writing down they're looking for baby weight loss. They're looking for fatigue, help with fatigue. They're having gut issues, whatever. That's going to be really handy for things like this when you go back and you're looking at their initial, health goals. And you can say, I remember that you were really looking to get your gut balanced and to have, the freedom from fatigue and stuff. Well, Slim is really designed to help that. So it just kind of helps. It all goes together. It's all these pieces of the puzzle that have to end up fitting together. But I think that's a really helpful thing. Even if you don't have that contact sheet, if you can start a little like one-page thing on each person or an index card system. I had started one. I got one of these little boxes that has this in them. I found that I'm a little bit wordy, so I had some trouble with only having an index card. I need a full sheet of paper so I can make notes all over it. So that just worked better for me. Anyway, that's kind of an aside, but helpful.
Did I miss that?
Huh?
I missed that, didn't I?
No.
That's great. Did you resharing the?
Yeah. Do you have your notebook right there?
No. Oh yeah, I do.
You do? So Kay found this amazing notebook, which is basically like a 8.5 by 11 like index card thing. Where are you? Can I see you?
Can you see it?
Yeah. So it has all these numbers on the side, 1 through 31, I think. Mm-hmm. And so you just open it up and put that contact sheet in. Like the next day, like I have, 4 people that I reached out to today about the online opportunity event on Thursday. So I went ahead and put it, their sheets in day 9 because I'm going to follow up with them during the day to remind them about the event that night. And so once I get done with those, I'm going to put them in, maybe 2 weeks from now. Yeah, that's the contact sheet from Power Tools. So it's just all about finding a system. If you're like me, I feel very overwhelmed about, God, I talked to them and I hadn't followed up. It's because I don't have anything concrete and no system in place. So it's kind of a miracle that anybody gets anywhere without a system. But
I wanted to mention Kelly Mendel just added it on the chat that she has created a contact sheet in OneNote. So if anybody's familiar with OneNote, she has a really, if you're, I know a lot of us work differently. I am very much, I have to have it in my hands, where other people are very electronically. And so if you are more leaning toward you need it electronically, she has a really big OneNote system that with a Google Calendar, and she said she's happy to share with anybody as well. So I've seen it. It's amazing. It's amazing. So
awesome.
Yes.
Cool. Threw a lot at you tonight, guys.
I know. There was one. So with this, even with, I know that we've been doing these product calls and opportunity calls on Tuesday nights. If you would like to invite your wholesale ambassadors, these calls are for anybody. They're for your new people on your team. They're for people that maybe haven't ordered in a while, but feel free. We're going to try to keep this consistent and keep opportunity calls and product calls going on Tuesday nights. So you could send them a recorded version of what we've done already, these quick 15-minute calls. Or if you're trying to talk to someone about the importance of the triplex, if they've been ordering products for a while, if they're a wholesale ambassador and they're only on BioCleanse, invite them to our Tuesday product call, and we won't call them out or embarrass them at all. They're just more than welcome to sit back and listen for 15 minutes on why this is important. And then we also have, Thursday night, we have the online opportunity event called Take a Chance on Us. So that's going to be a great one. If you're not able to physically be there, that's okay. Add your potentials, because we will be happy to take care of them. If you feel more comfortable, if you wanted to record your own testimonial, a quick 2-minute, and upload it to the page just so that they see your familiar face, more than welcome. We would love to have that. But these events are great to just bring people in for a jam-packed hour, and then the information stays on there. And then for the St. Louis folks, we have a busy week. St. Louis folks, Wednesday night, this coming Wednesday night, tomorrow night, we have another event out in the West. So if you are in St. Louis and want to come to that event, that's going to be great as well. But we have a lot of things going on right now. And yeah, this is just really all about customer focus, all about focusing on those people that have taken the leap and joined you as an ambassador and might just be kind of teetering there on one product. So how can you help them help themselves by learning more? So we'll provide those lists to you. So look for that tomorrow. We'll provide you the list of those people that fall below 100 PV or only taking one product. And then we'll also help provide you communication on, if you're comfortable, on what to say to them and how to make that reach out. Because I know sometimes that can be, especially if you haven't talked to them in a while, it can be a little intimidating. So we'll definitely help you with that. But do you guys have any questions about this new customer group that we have going on Facebook, or any of the focus that we're leaning toward? You guys feel comfortable with it? Yeah. I see a lot of head nods. What's up, Owen?
Hi.
Hi. You comfortable with it, buddy? Get a thumbs up? Yeah, he's good. Perfect. Well, you guys be on the lookout for in your notifications. So Live Your Best Life the Plexus Way. We'll add your customers as soon as possible, because we're going to start with our first post tomorrow, and then we'll just we'll go from there. I think Carly and Jason, because we're kind of off schedule this week. Today's Tuesday. Next Tuesday, Carly and Jason will be doing our team call Tuesday night, going over back office training, which I think is going to be really important and a good topic, because back office is going to be changing in the future. We don't know when, but it's really good to dive in and to really become familiar with what your back office has to offer. So that is what we have for you guys tonight, and thank you for joining us. Ruth, do you have anything else?
I think just, knowing that, we're getting these systems in place, so we have a really structured welcome process now. And, I think making sure that if you have somebody that is a business builder that's expressed interest in wanting to do that you go ahead and add scheduling their launch event like we did with Brooke, right away as quickly as possible, because if they've been doing the business for a while and posting and telling people about it, it's not truly a launch event if they've been doing the business for 6 months or a year. So I do think that giving them kind of a true launch opportunity is really great to get some momentum, and we saw that with Brooke and how well it worked out. I was so proud of her for just being so bold and inviting people and promoting it. And it was awesome. I loved being part of it. So I think that's huge. And then on the customer side, knowing that when you have a brand new customer and you are sending them how to take their products and welcoming them, that you adding them to our customer group as part of your system with that, and just knowing that that is part of what you do. Instead of introducing them to the team and adding them to all the team pages, you are just adding them to that customer group. And at this point, we don't need to do any sort of welcomes on that page. It's just going to be adding them and then giving them the opportunity. But I think we're going to plan to run some customer contests and some things on that page too. I think it's going to be really fun, but not a ton. I mean, it really is going to be probably consistently 3 posts a week, and quick and not crazy. So just structure. Structure's good.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for jumping on tonight on a Tuesday. We really appreciate it, and for being flexible from Sunday's rescheduled call. But if you guys have any questions after this, we'll post this on the recording, and then we'll reach out to you guys individually tomorrow with your list and then sample communication. But as soon as that customer page, the customer page is live. So if you want to start adding them tonight, please feel free to do so. But if you can give yourself a goal by adding them by the end of the day tomorrow, that would be great. And if you need help pulling your customer reports as well, we're here to help you. So good deal. Well, have a good night, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.